Hey everybody, it's your girl Claudia Jordan. Welcome to Cocktails with the Queens. Happy Monday. I am back with my girls Vivica A. Fox and Selena Johnson to dish about everything that's trending on social media and in the news. Ladies, beautiful ladies, how y'all doing today? Hey Vivica.
Hey girl, hey, how are ya?
Good. Are you on the road again?
No, I'm not. I am actually home in LA, but this past weekend I was in Jackson, Mississippi, girl, in the country. They was trying to feed me too. Everywhere I went, want some peach cobbler, want some peach cobbler. I said, Lord. So I'm happy to be back in LA on a diet.
Oh my God, that's my favorite dessert. That and banana pudding. I love so much.
Oh yeah, girl. I even had oxtails, okay?
Ooh,
yes, okay, girl. Everywhere I went, baby, they was bringing out platters of food.
Okay. Oh, I love it. And what's up, Selena? Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey, what's going on? Cocktails with the Queens audience and everybody in the world.
How you doing today?
You know, I'm just out here trusting God. That's all I can do, child. Just woke up this morning, just, grateful and trusting the Lord. That's about it, just doing me. Okay.
I'm in your city today. I'm working on a film tonight and a podcast tomorrow, but there's no time for us to go to my favorite little Italian restaurant this time.
Right. Oh man. Well, we always moving around, so we'll catch each other.
I'll be back next week, so we're gonna link up for sure.
But what's your birthday situation, sis?
So I am doing my birthday in Aruba.
Of course.
I'm inviting y'all live on the show right now, April 8th through the 13th. I just locked it in, so I would love for y'all ladies to come.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Yeah, it's 8th through the 13th. It's locked in. Okay, long as that's
5 days for the 5 decades that I've been on this earth, terrorizing everybody.
I know that's right. I know that's right, Miss Claudia.
All right, ladies, listen now, before we start the show, Lisa Ray will not be joining us due to the memorial service of her mother, Katie B. McCoy. Now, we ask that you all continue to keep Lisa Ray and her family lifted in prayer. We're all wearing white tonight to honor her. Ladies, is there anything y'all would like to say tonight to her?
I've already been saying so much to her, just trying to send her words of encouragement. It's never easy to lose a parent. And I don't care how old you are. And just that I'm praying for her and her family, hoping that God, gives them, maximum amounts of strength through this time. But the great news is she got to be there. She was there when she came into her mama's life, and she was there when her mother left her life. So, they would say that that's how, the chain of life is supposed to be. And so, I just pray that she's, that she has strength through these times.
Thank you so much. And Vivica?
Lisa Ray, baby sis, I know today was a very tough day for you to say goodbye to your mother, but you went home to Chicago, and where you decided to let her rest in peace. It's next to your father. And I know that meant an awful lot to you. Today was just until you see her next time. Stay strong, Lisa Ray, for your beautiful daughter, Kai, and your beautiful granddaughter, Bella Ray.
Thank you for that. I'm sure she'll definitely appreciate that. Lisa Ray, I haven't experienced what the three of you all have experienced, and I can't pretend to imagine what it feels like. So I just can say that I'm here for you if you need anything. Definitely in my thoughts. If you need us to hop on Zoom with me afterwards, or FaceTime, or talk, or just go get something to eat when I'm around, or I can make something happen for you. Don't hesitate. I'm gonna check on you more. I'm gonna do better at that. And you're in our thoughts. And I know how much you love your mom. We had many conversations right here, like I said, on this show and after the show. And you had a very complicated relationship. But one thing that wasn't complicated is your mama did know and does know that you loved her. So we wish you the best, and we are definitely praying for you. And we are your sisters and your fellow queens, and we got your back, girl, whatever you need. Okay. All right. So let's get to the topics. Queens, it's officially Women's History Month.
Yeah!
Let's get it.
Now, this month is dedicated to commemorating and encouraging the study, observance, and celebration of the vital role of women in American history. What does Women's History Month mean to you ladies? Selena, let's start with you.
Just a celebration of our power, a celebration of, what we've come from, what we've had to endure, what we've overcome. I mean, if you just think about it, in the 1900s, we couldn't even vote. Like we couldn't, it was a lot of stuff we couldn't even do, we had to wear long skirts and that. I mean, it's just, we've come from so far, we've evolved from such a time, it was such a place that was just not equal. I mean, and even in a time where there's still a lot of inequality for women, we're still thriving. We're business women, we're CEOs and mothers at the same time. We're successful in every element, every facet that we put our minds to, whether it's being a housewife or on Wall Street. And it's just a celebration of our dynamics. It's a celebration of our power. And it's empowering to be a woman, to have a month, even though you should be celebrating us every single day, okay, dear, because we populated this whole world. But it's empowering to have a month set aside just for us. So I'll take it. It's fine.
That's right. And what about you, Bev?
Well, we went from Black History Month to now Women History Month. So, we creeping toward getting more months to celebrate us as a people. Now we're here celebrating us as women. As Selena said, I concur with her. We've come so very far. And we got more to do. We got more work to do. So I just say, hey, y'all, let's all stick together. I'm loving that I'm seeing women starting to support each other more, networking more. There's a sisterhood that's really going on right now with us having opportunities that we have never had. So we done went from burning bras to building buildings. So let's take it and do what it do.
That part.
Very nice, very cute. In honor of Women's History Month, I think we've made some strides, but I think we can make even more strides. And to piggyback off what you said, Vivica, like sticking together. Yes. The attack on women when it comes to politics lately and these stupid laws that they're trying to put us back in the Handmaid's Tales and slavery and all kind of nonsense that they've been doing. Now more than ever, ladies, party lines, we need to be crossing all that, and it needs to be less about damn Republican and more about we don't want to go back into the dark ages. We want to have control of our own bodies and be able to make our own medical decisions. There's been some really scary things that have been happening lately, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. A friend of mine had a topic pregnancy and could have died had she had to have waited to contact her doctor to see if it was okay to have a procedure. And that's just one of the many things that women, we all remember these men nowadays. If we all use our power to vote, we can have the laws that we need to protect us, our daughters, our sisters, our grandmothers, our granddaughters, and each other. So we need to not be afraid of going full throttle with that. So in honor of Women's History Month, ladies, let's all band together and stop this clock from rolling backwards, and let's go forward. Because we actually do run the world if we utilize our power correctly.
That part. And just to say this real quick, like you said, Claudia, if we use our power to vote and not in our husband's interests.
I know that's right.
I'm talking to a specific set of women that vote in their husband's interest. Love yourself. Vote for what you really want. Nobody's in the booth with you. They just vote for what you really want and watch the change happen.
And it's okay to lie to your women for the greater, to lie to your husband for the greater good of women. It's called a little white lie. Y'all know about that. So, y'all got this. Okay, ladies. All right, let's move on because I've been wanting to know what y'all ladies got to say about this topic. Chris Rock, he ruffled some feathers on social media now after addressing the infamous Oscar slap from Will Smith during his Netflix comedy special. Rock said Will Smith practices selective outrage. He continued, "Everybody that really knows I had nothing to do with that bleep. I didn't have any entanglements." Rock also added, "We've all been cheated on. Everybody up in here has been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by that person that cheated on us on television. None of us. Why the bleep would you do that bleep? She hurt him way more than he hurt me." Okay. Now, do you think Chris Rock was out of line for addressing the Oscar slap during his special, or was it just he had every right. Let's go to you first. What do you think about this?
Well, Claudia, the clap back on the slap back. I mean, wowzers, Chris. My phone started blowing up. Vivica, did you see? Did you see? And you know, this is like talking about family, like talking about my cousins that got into it at the barbecue. I'm serious, y'all, because I love Will. I've worked with Will. I've made history with Will. I know Chris. I've known him since back in the day when I used to be a waitress at the Beverly Center. And he used to roll through before I became Vivica Fox. So I've known both men for a very long time. This was clever. This was clever to release right before the Oscars, which are this weekend, just to give everyone a little reminder. He went to the deep end of the pool, is all I'm going to say. I've been waiting to hear everyone's commentary. It's been positive, it's been negative. But, you know, he was the one that got slapped, and he got $20 million for that slap from Netflix. He did. So, I mean, you know, he was like, I'm going to wait to speak my truth. And he spoke his truth. We cannot say a man that was embarrassed in front of 1 billion people with a slap in front of his father, in front of his parents, in front of his children. But I will say this about Chris Rock. Thank you for taking that slap like a man. Because could y'all have imagined the fight that might have broke out? Because if he had slapped Mike Epps like that, Mike Epps let y'all know what he would have did.
So did everybody else, okay?
So that was a $20 million. Who?
Yes.
Who I got to piss off to slap me at a live event? So I think
reaches an audience of 220 million. Like the numbers are crazy. So it was clever. It was extremely clever. But I do think now that we heard his piece, it wasn't just Will. He got y'all. He got a whole bunch of other folks too. But of course, the one that everyone really wanted to hear about for 7 minutes was how he felt about being slapped by Suge Smith.
You know what? You know what, Vivica?
I'm quoting him. Selena, I'm quoting Chris.
You're not gonna
Y'all
say
seen it? Y'all seen it when I got slapped the hell out of her by Suge Smith. So I'm just quoting, okay?
Heck no, not Suge Smith. Okay. Listen, this is very okay. I'm gonna go positive first.
okay.
I think waiting for the Netflix special, I think that was smart. I think that was a great business move to get 20 million. Wow. Black
I'm
man.
saying it might be 40 million actually.
Well, he
well,
probably is going to get back in if the viewership, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. Regardless, anything like that, that's dope that a Black man, I mean, let's just go surface, that a Black man could make a deal like that, regardless of how it was made, what it was made for. That was smart. That was a smart business deal. And he held his tongue the whole time. He held his tongue the whole time. And there is a part of me that feels like there's two things. One, as a man, he should be able to vent however he wants to vent. You know, he did get slapped in front of the whole world. Number two, he is a comedian. All comedians push the envelope. All comedians say crazy stuff. They're in the media every 15 seconds. Dave Chappelle just got in trouble for saying stuff. Like, comedians say stuff that push the envelope all the time. So a lot of the stuff didn't hurt and surprise me there. What I am concerned about is Chris. Will has said, keep my wife's name out your mouth, and then you had said it again. So to me,
well, you know, Selena, it wasn't just she got to mention.
Erica, let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay.
He has said. So now I see why you had got slapped, because he has said, keep my wife's name out your mouth. And then Eddie Murphy has said later that that's the way to get along in the world, is by keeping Will's wife's name out your mouth. So he didn't listen on that part. Okay, that's just in jokes. But one of the things I feel like could have been done a little bit better was a little distasteful. And as a married woman, I do feel like there are certain lines that you don't have to keep crossing. I didn't think it was necessary to even use Jada in any way, shape, or form. Just come at will. And I feel like kind of, on the flip side, it felt like it should have been a phone call to Will. Like, look, blah, 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 like he should have just went off on his ass on the phone and just got with him, But in the light of a special of comedy, he did what he did. He said what he said, and those were his feelings. And I mean, it is what it is. But I don't like the constantly coming in between a marriage, because I'm a married woman and there are certain lines that just really shouldn't be crossed. And I just think that it was beating a dead horse. Like, I want to normalize moving on to some extent. You know what I'm saying?
We got to go to commercial, but I definitely want to comment on this. So let's go to break, and when we come back, I just want to say my thoughts real quick on it, because I have a different take on this. And I'm gonna share it with y'all when we come back. We'll be right back.
Come on, girl.
Oh, but coming up also, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are competing for the leading roles in the remake of the classic film B.A.P.S. And later, Shaka Khan releases an apology following her recent interview. Shaka Khan be letting folks have it. Stay close. We have more coming up. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. Now, before we went to break, the Queens expressed their opinions about the Chris Rock special that happened this weekend. And I want to go too. I'm going to say this. Yes, Chris Rock used the B word a lot of times. And I had someone go over my DMs and post, are you going to address how he calls her out of his name so many times and blah, blah, blah. I get it. That could be deemed as disrespectful. I am tired of, though, comedy, like every single joke is getting broken down where I'm offended and you shouldn't say this and you shouldn't have said that. Remember Richard Pryor? Remember early Eddie Murphy, Roseanne Barr? How hard people used to go, and we laughed and we knew it was a joke. We knew if someone said bitch, they weren't necessarily haters of women. It was like, that was the lingo. And I thought that we get more liberal with things, but actually things are getting more like, you can't say this, you can't say that. Like some of the way we have to twist ourselves up to not say certain words now, it's like, I don't even want to even talk anymore half the time.
It's crazy.
Because someone gonna be mad about something. But okay, I could see some women that said, okay, he shouldn't have done that. Okay, he shouldn't have done that. There's a lot of shouldn't have done things in this whole scenario. Y'all can't tell Chris Rock how to react to being bitch slapped in front of the world. Just like y'all said, we can't tell Will Smith how to react when Chris Rock was coming for his wife. Like, it's a circle, right? And you can't have it both ways where, well, Chris deserved that because he had Jada's name in his mouth. So Will could have done that. Well, yeah, you're right. Will does have every right to defend his wife, and shout out to him for that. But you can't also dictate Chris's reaction, who is a comedian. If I'm a comedian, I'm using everything y'all done to me to get a joke, get a laugh, and get a $20, $40 million check. That's kind of the nature of business, you guys.
Agreed.
Most comedians that are brilliant have been through a lot of trauma, have a very dark side.
Yes.
And that's what makes them brilliant. They say things that make us uncomfortable, and that's kind of like why we laugh. We're uncomfortable, I didn't get to watch the entire special, but I did see, Chris did absolutely go the hell off. I think he did it the right way. When it happened, he did some comedy shows. The world wanted him to speak on it. He did not. He waited till he got his own platform, and he released it when he released it. If you bitch slap me in front of the world, I'm going to speak about it way more than he did. And I'm going to be very obnoxious about it because
Yes, you would. You would, Claudia. You would.
He did better than me. He did better than me because I would have slapped Will. Ain't no way you walking up on me at no Oscars, even looking like you finna slap me. I'm from Chicago. You walk up on me, we all standing up.
Say it, Selena, because
we would have been.
You were screaming on somebody about some black gums and some knock knees.
Vivica?
oh yes. Go ahead and Google Selena Reading. But we got to move on.
Yeah.
We're going to move on, and hopefully Will and Chris and Jada can all move on as well. I think they both got their get back. They're even now. They even now. All right, y'all. According to All Hip Hop, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are reportedly vying to become the new leading ladies of the classic film B.A.P.S. But that's only if the original film director, Robert Townsend, confirms the remake. It's not actually in the process yet. Townsend spoke with Slash Film about the possibility of a remake and those he would consider taking the leading roles. Townsend said, I've had people go, hey, we want to do a remake. Everybody from Megan Thee Stallion to Cardi B is like, we could do it. I mean, it's like, I don't know. So thank you for asking. Now, the original 90s comedy starred the late Natalie Desselle and Halle Berry. Now, would you ladies be here for a remake of B.A.P.S with Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion, or should they leave the remakes alone? Selena, what do you think about this? Are you here for this?
Absolutely, honey. It can't be casted any better than those two. That would be the funniest remake in history with Cardi B alone. I don't know if people know how funny she is in real life, but if you follow Love and Hip Hop, Cardi B is one of the funniest people in the world. So having her in that role is going to be hilarious. And her and Megan, first of all, they look kind of the part. They're friends, so the chemistry on screen, I'm assuming, will probably be really good. I just think it is a brilliant idea. I would definitely be in the movie theaters waiting to see that.
That's right. Okay, Vivica, you here for it?
I definitely concur with Miss Selena. I would be in line. I would be at the premiere, girl. I might get me a little outfit made for the whole thing and just be all into it. Imagine the soundtrack, though.
Ooh.
The soundtrack would be off the chain. It could just be so fun. Now, you know, I've got people all the time talking about doing remakes of my movie, and I'm like, no, it's a classic. This one, it's different with a comedy, because this one would be B.A.P.S 2.0. Like for real, and their characters in that they are as rappers would just be magnificent. I concur.
Correct.
I agree with both of y'all. Cardi B is freaking hilarious. Cardi B is the star that she is, and people sometimes will, try to come for her rap skills, which I love personally.
I love her.
Too.
Cardi B is a star because of her personality. We love her personality. So she don't gotta be so prolific. Which I love her verse in Tomorrow Too. To me, that's the verse of the summer for me, or the year for me.
Oh my God! Like I said, imagine some of the people she's collaborated with, like Glorilla and everybody else. Whatever she touches, it literally just turns into. She even touched the golden arches with McDonald's. Her and a man, and it was good.
And she's a girl's girl.
And she's a girl's girl.
It pays homage to the actresses before them as well.
Yes, absolutely.
And you know what? Anytime a Black movie can be remade, it puts money in actors and actresses' pockets.
Oh, and Halle Berry can do a cameo.
Oh, she showed good.
Okay.
So could Pierre, the comedian. It was just such a great movie.
Robert Townsend, I say go for it.
And one last thing, I think it would be the perfect move for Megan, because I think moving forward, there's such a magnifying glass after that trial on her, and people are going to be so critical about it. Imagine if she releases a song now, every single thing she says, they're going to think it's a shot towards Tory Lanez. So I think that a movie in a lighthearted kind of scenario will be a good move for her career-wise. I think it'll kind of put some distance. So I hope, Robert Townsend, I hope you make that movie happen. We really want to see that. All right, y'all. In a now viral video, Whoopi Goldberg appeared on Piers Morgan tonight and shared her reasoning on why she decided to get married in the past and the pros of being single. Whoopi revealed that she wasn't in love with any of her husbands, but she wanted to feel normal. Whoopi also said, and it seemed to me that if I was married, that I would have a much more normal life. But clearly that's not the case. That's not a good reason to get married. You have to actually want a life with someone. Now, the EGOT winner has been married 3 times. At 18 years old, Whoopi married her drug counselor, Alvin Martin, in 1973. And then she was married to cinematographer David Klassen from 86 to 88. And her third marriage and final marriage was to actor Lyle Trachtenberg in 1994. What are your thoughts on Whoopi's remarks? Vivica, let's go to you first. What do you think about this?
This is one thing you love about Whoopi Goldberg. She gonna keep it straight. She gonna give it to you straight with a little bit of chaser. I love her honesty, that she lets us know that, she's like us. She might have 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 tries at it till she finally goes, you know what, I'm good with the whole marriage things. I think a lot of women, to be honest with you, are discovering that they enjoy being single now, that it's not a requirement. Back in the day, it was like, you ain't got no husband, you ain't married, y'all ain't got no kids. It's the whole stereotypes that, drive you crazy about what you're supposed to do. The husband, the picket fence and the 2 kids and stuff. It's changed now. So I love that Whoopi is living her life how she wants to and telling her truth.
That's right. All right. Selena, what are your thoughts?
I have to say, I absolutely love, and I hate to, I just really love everything tonight. I hate to keep saying that I love stuff, but the truth of the matter is, because I'm gonna say I love some more people later, but the truth is, I absolutely love that she said this because there are a lot of single women that I know that feel pressure to have a husband and have to have kids. And I absolutely believe that you can totally be happy and content with being by yourself. I don't think that it is a requirement. Now, for me personally, just me, I've been married for 16, going on 16 years, July 1st. So for me, for the past 16 years, I have been married. That is something that I would like to do. I'm the type of person, that's just Selena. I would like to grow old with someone, and I already have kids and I'd like to see them. But trust me, there are pros and cons to every side.
Yes.
You know, there's a stress sandwich being married and having kids. Trust me. The grass ain't always green out here, y'all. Some of y'all single women got the sweet deal. So at the end of the day, I love that she said that though, because she's done both. And she's able to say, I can honestly say that being alone is something that's good. And I love that for her. And I love that for women, because I don't like how society makes women feel like they should be a certain way. There should be a certain freedom. And I'm glad that she said it in Women's Month. So
same. I'm so tired of people want to throw the whole woman away if by 40 she didn't have a child and a husband, as if being married to some guy makes you worth a better human being. You should be married because you absolutely can't imagine your life without that person, not to satisfy your mother, your aunts, society, some man on the internet that you'll never meet, obese in his basement judging you. You know what I mean? Like,
obese in his basement. I hate y'all.
Just judging, playing video games in his little tighty whitey briefs, judging us. You ain't got a girlfriend. You a virgin. Talking about we ain't shit because we ain't got a husband. But like that forces a lot of women to just kind of pick anyone. I remember one time a relative said, just pick someone. I'm like, what? Do you know how lit my life is right now? Do you know how much freedom I've had? This is in my 30s. And I was like, I'm not sad, so don't be sad for me. And don't make a woman be less valuable because she didn't choose to be a mother or choose to get married. A man is the easiest thing to get out here in these streets, honey. It's one that you want to be around long term, that don't get on your goddamn nerves and pee on the toilet seat.
Honey, a good one is a needle in a haystack, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, I know.
They out here scarce. It's a scarcity out here down to these men.
Who you telling, girl? Girl, we know.
Our child's getting worse out here. But hey, to each his own, and everybody should be happy with. And you know what? You can date. Why not just date a lot and you can even be with somebody that you call your own, but you don't have to be married. Like,
because girls be players too.
Come on now. Listen.
Well, I'm sure we'll talk more about this topic in the future. Okay. Hey, coming up, ladies, social comparisons among women. And later on the show, Gen Z's interest in cosmetic surgery is on the rise. It is getting out of control, y'all. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot more show to go. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. Before we came back from commercial, we were just talking about some seeing, some reading. I wonder who the fans think like is the most vicious reader out of the four of us. I think I'm gonna vote for Selena.
Yes.
I don't understand how this topic is in our stories. I didn't see it. And
I just a little FYI, y'all. You know, when you like people's stuff and they kind of get in your feed. This thing came up today, most epic reality shows fights. And no, I said Selena girl was good, girl. That read was epic, child. I mean, I think you helped me to beat the toxic trick read. But Selena was good. So anyway, Selena was on the show. And don't y'all my girl. Don't y'all ever. Don't try it.
I was pleasantly surprised. I said, okay.
Yeah, I've never seen her before. Has you called her?
Oh, I sent it to her like 3 times on her DM. I said, Selena.
Teddy Boots. It was R&B Divas. And it was in 2013. Ladies, we're a decade away.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
All right. Yes, we're gonna go.
I'm reformed.
We're positive things.
We're gonna go from that to queendom. Okay.
Yes, because that is where we've evolved. We've evolved to queendom.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the part of the show where we talk about our relationships, how we've evolved, the challenges we face in our lives, and how we've overcame them to be the ladies that we are today that are full of class, that would never insult someone's black gums. Welcome to our queendom.
This is the worst show ever. And I'm so over these hosts. Where's Lisa Ray when we need her?
Oh my goodness.
I have no backup. I'm being double teamed.
And me and Vivica are kind of very similar. We are kind of two peas in the pod. Like a lot of times we're in the same.
Oh, you're with it.
We with the
That part. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now tonight's topic will focus on pouring into the young generation of ladies about the importance of not comparing yourself to women on social media. This topic was inspired by Stefan Don, who posted the following message on social media: young girls, please stop idolizing the it girls. They sell and bleep for a lifestyle they can't maintain on their own, and getting disrespected. It's never worth it. Go get yourself, whether it's a school, a business, or a job. Stefan added, get it. You are amazing and beautiful, even if the likes on Instagram say otherwise. You are everything beyond social media, bleep. You have everything beyond social media, bleep social media. Sorry, the bleeps be throwing me up because in my real life, I just be saying what the bleeps are. Okay. So do y'all agree with Stefan's post? And why is it important for women in general to stop comparing themselves to other women on social media? Vivica, let's go to you first.
Well, I think, Stefan, I commend you for saying such a positive message about social media to other young ladies, for them to just know, a like ain't worth you exposing, and y'all be giving away way too much for free as far as I'm concerned. Because, child, you not gonna get shots and see the money shots until it is what I do. It is nice when you post something and you see that people like it, but it does not validate who you are as a woman, as a person. Don't be validated by likes. Please don't feel like you got to expose yourself to get attention, because it's just not necessary. Like she said, go get attention with a degree, with a good job, making your family proud. Those are the likes you want.
Sounds good. All right, Selena, what do you think?
All of that and then some. Once again, I love, I told you it's a love fest in these stores, honey. Once again, I'm really, really proud that she made that statement, because our young people need to hear that. Our young girls need to hear that. It's very difficult for the youth nowadays. I have a 15-year-old. They're very, very impressionable about just everything. And they're very sensitive about everything, because everything is compared to everything on social media. And it also has desensitized them from things on social media. And you know what I think, and this might be a little tad bit off the topic a little bit, but when we think about men getting worse, quote unquote, a lot of single women are saying it's harder to date, and men are getting worse out here, whatever. They're desensitized to beauty, or the eye of the beholder, because it's all over the internet. So there's nothing to find and seek in the woman anymore, because all they gotta do is open their phone and there it is. You know what I'm saying? Because they're very visual beings anyway. That's their first line of attraction, is what they see. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that the internet really has jammed our young people up. And I'm really, really glad that she said that. I hope that it resonates even louder than what we can say on this platform. I hope that more women can step up and say that as well.
I'll be brief. I know we're having some technical issues, but don't compare yourself to social media, because none of that stuff is real. I done took my waist in a few times and put the young filter on my face. And if you think that people look the way they look on that camera, it's not true. Now, if you see me in person looking good, that's the real deal. But
you
don't.
Now, honey, and that ain't no filter now, honey. You found right here.
Well, you're right. Thank you. But anyways, no, it does. It even gets to me sometimes. I see it. I'm like, damn, I want to be more like her. And we got to stop doing that. But it is human nature. I do get it, but it does hurt. So, yeah, I just look at we all fake on social media. See me in person. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. They're coming up. Shaka Khan's apology to her fellow artists. Ooh, Shaka is spicy. We gotta get her on the show. And later on in the show, Gen Z is booking more cosmetic procedures than ever.
find out why. We're going to keep it, we'll keep going, keep the conversation going when we return.
Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. We are back with Vivica A. Fox and Selena Johnson, and our thoughts and prayers are with Lisa Ray. She'll be back with us next Monday. All right, ladies, I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Shaka Khan, she's been real spicy. Okay, now she released an apology on social media to the artist she has offended during her interview on the Los Angeles magazine, The Originals podcast. Shaka wrote, "Recently, I was asked about a list of the greatest singers of all time, and instead of questioning the need for such a list, I was pitted against other artists, and I took the bait. As artists, we are unfairly put into boxes, categories, or on lists. Being an artist or a musician is not a competition, it's a gift, for which I am truly grateful. It was not my intention to cause pain or upset anyone. To anyone that has felt this way, I sincerely apologize." Now, for those of you who don't know, Shaka Khan recently called out Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, and Adele after Rolling Stone ranked them higher than her on their list of 200 greatest singers of all time. I think they gave her 29th. What are your thoughts on Shaka's apology? Selena, let's go to you first. What are your thoughts?
Well, Auntie is our sorrow, Vivica, Miss Shaka Z5, first of all. Listen, there are 1,000 lists out there. There's 1,000 of them, and all of them are opinions. They're simply opinions. Shaka's recovery statement should have been the first statement. I think, we get, again, like you said, Claudia, we get caught up saying stuff that we really feel, and then they get jammed up, and then, people be like, you shouldn't have said that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if that was her opinion, which I don't think it was, I think she was just kind of, being funny or whatever. If that's her opinion, that's fine. Personally, I feel like, Shaka is the OG. We look up to her to be able to, determine what's what. So those statements were a little dangerous, you know what I'm saying? And a little offensive to the fans of Mary J. Blige and, Mariah Carey and, and Adele. Like, maybe you don't agree with the list. I don't agree with the list either. I think the list, it's a lot of little discrepancies in the list, but it's another list that I probably am like, oh, I like that list though. There's 1,000 lists, so you can never take them personal. And I'm just really glad that she came and she apologized and she said all the great things. Those lists pit women against each other, and I hate that. It pits artists against each other. There's enough. Mary J. Blige said, "There's enough out here for everybody." That's why I love Mary so much. But there's enough out here for everybody. So I'm glad that she cleaned that up, because we do look to Shaka, and all the greats of our time for guidance, especially as artists that came after them.
All right. Well said. Vivica, what you think about Auntie Shaka?
Girl, we love Shaka Khan. But she went a little bit too far. I get it. Because at first the story was really funny. She was like, "Girl, did you sing that at 8:00 in the morning? Now you know better." But it was when the crack is whack. Comment came out that it just went a little bit too far, and people got mad at her about that. Like, how you gonna say that about Mary? Don't do Mary like that. We love Mary right now. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad she apologized quickly and cleaned that up. That it was like, got caught up. And it happens, trust me. I've been in interviews and the setup. That's why, think about what you're going to say when you go to interviews, especially she interviewed with a publication that they're known to set people up to get clickbait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hate that she probably really felt that way about the list, and she actually has every right to feel like, I'm better than that person. In my opinion, you're supposed to think you're like the shit. And you're supposed to think like, I want to be number one or as close to number one as I can be. But if you can do it a way, I guess the trick with media and media training or media, appearances is kind of say it in a way where you almost don't have to say it, like the fans can say it for you.
Exactly.
And I think that would have been a better thing, because we don't want to sit here and diminish Shaka Khan's ability and be like, well, she ain't all that, because guess what? That's a lie too. She is.
Yeah.
She is. And she's bomb. And, I don't know. I hate that she had to apologize for her opinion, but I could understand apologizing for being mean to other artists, because that's where she went left. But I don't disagree with her feeling that she should be higher up on the list. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. I just feel like it was too much attention on the list in general. I mean, it's again, guys, it's BT got a list. Everybody got a list of what they think is what they think. It's probably a list out there for actresses and models.
Yes.
And whatever else, talk show hosts.
Everything.
So
Everything.
everybody's got a list. So, it is.
Don't take it personal.
When I used to
And-
judge real quick, when I used to have to I used to judge like Miss Universe and Miss USA, and there's a panel of judges that they decide on. And on any given night, like that set of judges will pick a winner. But if you change out one person on that panel, the winner could be a totally different person. And I
Right.
remember after the pageant, man, I would have to run from the parents because they'd be like, "Why did my daughter win?" I'm like, "You don't want to tell? You want me to tell you why your daughter didn't win?" But anyways, but like it's an opinion. It's an
Yeah.
opinion. And a totally different set of judges or a different list is going to pick a different top 200.
Correct.
So try not to like take it to heart because what do those people know? You know you that girl, Shaka. You know you
That
that.
part. Mm-hmm.
And I love My Funny Valentine, one of my favorite songs of all time.
Okay.
All right. All right. During a recent interview on the Chairman Hall show, Erykah Badu described her power to make men fall for her. Erykah said it's indescribable. And she added, and the bedroom, that's not where you're going to find it because my magic doesn't lie between my thighs. It lies between my ears. Miss Badu was known for dating Hollywood's finest like Andre 3000, DOC, Jay Electronica, and Common. What are your thoughts on Erykah's key to making men fall in love with her and changing up their whole style? And they didn't even dress different afterwards. Vivica, what you think about this? She got that magic.
Okay, you go, Miss Badu. You better claim it and let them know. She said, don't be thinking I'm out here just, in the bedroom doing circus tricks. I know how to get in their mind. I know how to get right there, baby. And then they just fall for me. So I love that knowledge that she passed on, to be honest with you. Because at first I was kind of like, you done got some good ones. And they keep getting in line to come on, you know what I mean? Like she done had some good ones. So I love that she clarified it, that it wasn't circus tricks in the bedroom, that she was like, get here, baby. Get here.
Okay. Selena, what you think?
Okay, so Erykah Badu is one of my favorite artists of all time. So let's just be clear. Like I told you, I love everybody in these stories. She's one of those people for me that can't do any wrong. So her saying it's not between my legs, it's between my ears is a bar. Okay. And I'm gonna need all the young girls to hear that bar. Like I need it to resonate throughout the world. Okay, then. If you look back at, and if you just look at her dating log, right, her men log, it's also been very classy. I mean, just for me, I haven't heard any stories that were ratchet. Have you ever heard any ratchet stories about Erykah Badu? No, she's just that. She's that girl. Okay, and I love Erykah Badu because she's very, very unique. She's unapologetically who she is. She's a style icon. She's a trendsetter. And I think that men are attracted to that power that she exudes, that power of being absolutely herself, regardless of which man comes along. Her strength in that arena is so ridiculous that they come into her area and start dressing like her. They start acting like her. That's how cold she is. And just in her aura and personality is so fine. It's so final. It's so set. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we go up and down with who we want to be. And maybe sometimes we'll pick up some of our men's traits. I'm one of them. I'm kind of like Kiwan now. He like me. We almost the same person. But for her, she's such a strong presence that the men have to dance to her tune. And that is dope. I just love her. She really can't do no wrong. So I'm glad she said that. She needs to say that everywhere. That need to resonate everywhere.
That confidence is sexy. I tell you, we have Henry Lester, the comment said, Andre 3000 is still at gas stations playing a flute in Atlanta. Okay, Erykah, whatever you're doing, just keep it up. Maybe have a class or whatever.
Listen.
You do have these men mesmerized and they just be wearing croquet sweaters after you're done with them.
Baby beanies selling. Listen, she does need to have a master class. I bet you to be packed.
Right. I agree. All right. Coming up, is there a double standard when women choose to date younger compared to men? We have a lot to say about that. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. Hey, I'm looking at the chat right now. Real quick. I know I announced that I closed on a house. This is not my house. This is not my style right here, just so y'all know. When I do move and show you my house that's being renovated right now to make it look real fly, we ain't gonna have no white refrigerator. We ain't not doing none of that. So that is a hotel that I'm in right now, and it's It's one of those hotels because it's not a big A-lister blockbuster film that Vivica be doing. So I'm gonna get there one day, or it's just one of them films right now. Okay, it's paying for the renovations. I'm just saying,
Okay.
I'm taking all the jobs right now because it's
Listen,
listen. I got glass stairs to put in and tile walls to
Yes,
put up.
Claudia.
I got
Okay.
glass stairs too when you get through.
Oh,
I got banisters, a glass banister to put in.
Gorgeous. I love it. Love it. All right, Queens, let's discuss the backlash that women often receive when dating someone that's half their age. Now, the following celebs are no strangers when it comes to dating younger. We on this list, Vivica. Singer
Okay.
Cher, who is 76, is dating 36-year-old Alexander A.E. Edwards. 64-year-old Madonna recently broke it off with her 23-year-old boyfriend, Andrew, Darnell. Ooh, and 48-year-old Larsa Pippen is dating Michael Jordan's 32-year-old son, Marcus Jordan. But unfortunately, these ladies were ridiculed and faced constant backlash on social media for dating younger. What are your thoughts? And do you think there's a double standard when it comes to, dating a younger person, when it's a woman dating a younger man? Selena, what do you think?
I think it's a fool. You got to let these women do what they want to do. Men do it. So
Mhm.
it shouldn't be any different. And let me tell you something. Some of these men in their 40s, and 50s and 60s, child, they just ain't as popping and they're not as vibrant as the people would want them to be. So listen, you got to go where the fun is. And they're going where they can get life and feel happy and have fun and bring youth to their lives. So just like men do it, women should be able to do it too.
That's right. Vivica, what are your thoughts? My
Well,
friend?
I'm just going to say that, I don't do Similac no more. I don't, I've tried, I'm looking for someone older, but them Similac ones just keep on Vivica. What? That's how
What
that's
they be
what I
saying?
know they're interested. The way
How
they
they-
say Vivica. I'm like, stop it. But younger guys are attracted to older women now, like some Selena said. They want to go where the fun, the funds, and no problems are at.
Ooh.
She just started something with that.
And they
she
do love
there's problems.
And they do. It is sexy when a woman has her coins together and is not like some of the young girls. And this isn't all young girls because there's a lot of young girls out here killing it. But I hate when I hear girls like drop hints like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this rent, or just always making anything about money. No one want to hear that nonsense. That's not sexy
At
That's
all.
not sexy. But when you're like, you want to go to Aruba? When? Tomorrow.
That part.
It's all you gotta do is pack.
No problems.
Tomorrow.
We do that. Hey, you want to go with me to Africa?
No
It's already
problems.
it's taken care of. I mean, not all the time, but it can be done.
No problems.
Now I know trick no more. I'm not buying them rims no more like I used to. But I can. If I want to get you nice, I don't know,
Yes.
Gucci bag or
I
whatever.
just think it's about whatever makes you happy.
Exactly.
About happiness, man. And if he's 35 and you 45 or whatever the case may be, if he's making you happy, then that's what time it should be.
Do
Sorry.
you?
But as I'm older, Vivica, I'm with you. I'm with my age group now. Like I actually think it's very sexy.
I'm trying.
You'll get there.
Yes.
Get your little salt and pepper guy. All right. Now, Memphis Grizzlies guard Ja Morant is reportedly being investigated by police in Glendale, Colorado, after he appeared to flash a gun at a nightclub in the city during an Instagram live video over the weekend. Now, the Grizzlies already levied a minimum 2-game suspension for Morant, and there's no timetable for his return. Morant issued an apology via his agent where he added that he plans to take some time away. Vivica, any thoughts on this?
Yes. This story just broke my heart. Ja, you are the future of the NBA. You are making $9 million a year, baby. You do not have to prove you're tough, a gangster to no one. You made a mistake, absolutely. I hope you learn from this mistake, young man, because I just went to the Clipper game on Sunday, wanting to see you, and this news broke that morning. Listen, I remember I put out 3 stacks to see you in New York. I want to put out some more stacks to see you. You have the support of the community. People love you. You the man. You ain't got nothing to prove. Did you make a mistake? Yes, you did. Make good choices, mainly those who you hang around. Everybody can't go with you. The higher you go, my brother, the thinner the air. Everybody ain't gonna go with you to the next level.
Correct.
That's right. Selena?
I'll just, hey, everything Vivica said. And then, Jalen Rose came on, I think it was First Take, and really, really, really said something. He really got it, he really broke it down as well. But I just want Ja Morant to understand that all of your fans, if not most of them, are children. They're young boys that look up to you, and you have to set an example. And when you're in that type of position and predicament, you have to be a role model. You just released your own shoe. Like, you have to be careful, when in new levels, new devils, baby. You gotta stay prayed up, and you gotta stay focused, and you gotta keep your eyes open, because the higher you get, like Vivica said, the air is thinner. And so you really, really have to pay attention, but you have to understand that you are a role model now.
Yes.
Whether you like it or not, and I hear a lot of celebrities say, I didn't ask to be a role model. Guess what? When you got blessed with your wish of becoming the thing you wanted to be when you was a little kid, you are automatically a role model, whether you like it or not. And I don't understand going that far and becoming that successful to do careless things that can jeopardize it, when so many, 1 in 500,000 athletes in college, high school, make it to be a pro, and you are one of them. So don't trick it off. All right, everybody, thank you for hanging out with us, and thank you for watching us on YouTube. Stay tuned for Brutally Honest with Jasmine Brand. Once again, our thoughts and prayers are with Lisa Ray and her entire family. We love you, girl. And please send her some love on social media, and just pray for her and her family.
We love you, El Ray.